Hey, it's Thursday. It's the afternoon. I didn't check, and it doesn't say on my phone. How are you? I hoping you're doing well. Today I got a light in my bathroom, like real light. Check it out. Anyway, you know what? Last night's show was like really a downer for y'all. It's not for me because I think about it, I've lived with it and whatever. But we didn't want to talk about what we talked about last night for a while. Unless you buy the book, but I'm not talking to you about it. So let's just sort of end cycle on all that sort of gloom. I did. You can see I did a lip sync after our show, episode 3, because it was just like, oh my god, I'm bringing everything down, man, like to a screeching halt. And I'm not, I'm not a depressed guy, and you will learn why at the end of my book. In the end, I'm not going to tell you about part of the end, but anyway, that doesn't make any sense to anybody, so whatever. So today, I stayed up till like 4 in the morning last night, which I am prone to do, and so I finished, the first one and the second one, and had to, my son had to go to a job interview or orientation, because he's got a better job, working with Anderson Windows type company where they, visit you and tell you, would you like a booking for heavenly windows. Yeah, but not as bad as not bad, but not like solar panel people. Anyway, he likes it. It seems like legit, because there's commission involved. So I was like, "Rrr." And he's like, no, there's this, and then there's base, and then there's the days, and then there's the incentives and whatever. So it's legit. Yay, Logan. Man, do I love my son. Do I love my son. My son, when I had my brain cancer scare, when it really got bad before the cutter, we call him the cutter, the neurosurgeon made the final call about my tumor, and we didn't know anything, and I can't really repeat it, but he said something to me that changed my life forever. Like forever. Like whatever I have left, it's changed because of that. It took about 5 minutes of him whispering in my ear, and whatever, I'm gonna get choked up. Anyway, 2-night show, and I promise I'm gonna do everything barring an act of God to deliver you everything ET, but not in like a cheesy way. Not that anyone is doing that, but I'm just gonna like totally fly off the top of my head about anything I can think of. Well, I remember like so many millions of things that's never going to end. Believe it or not, it was 11 weeks, pre-production, post-production, promotion, and whatever. But I'm just going to try and think of things that, like ET things that I haven't said or that I haven't heard said, which is basically when I get excited over the years, is when we all know something was, happened, or whatever, nobody ever mentions it again. I mean, it's not like, somebody broke their leg, but just whatever, like these fascinating little things, like why did it really do that? How, all that stuff. So I'm just going to try and think. I don't have like a feed or whatever that tells me, oh, talk about this. Maybe someday. We both know I don't know what the frig I'm doing in terms of the YouTube, but I'm still communicating. So that's kind of basic. Great, 101. So, tonight, my promise, barring an act of God, we're going to have a session. I will not keep you 46 minutes, but it's going to be anything I can think of off the top of my head about ET stuff that I don't remember saying, repeating, because there are thousands. And more importantly, because I know who says what and who doesn't say what. And so we'll do it. Okay? Love you as always. See you later.